What up, y'all? This is Eddie G. You're watching Eddie G TV. A very special guest on the program today. Been trying to get this guy for a long time. It's a big deal to me. I really look up to him. He started rapping in the year 2000. Put his first mixtape out in 2003. Grinded, did mad shows for years. Then he started doing a media show, Eddie G TV. And then he did a cooking program. Got into a podcast. The man has just been killing it for years. So, without further ado, we'll introduce the man, the legend, Eddie G. Thanks for having me on the show. I've been hearing a lot about it, you know. So I asked the people what questions would they like me to say to Eddie G. And I figured out, we know a lot of the same people. Yeah, I seen that. We should hang out some more. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Mr. Burns asked, he came up with you can't spell dedicated without the ed, because I'm dedicated in the ed. Faxed me that, but he asked, what is something that people don't know about you, and what is like a quirky life fact about you? Things people don't know about me. I guess I have a regular job. I'm a forklift driver. I'm not always jokes all the time. I do like to get into some deep conversations. I like to learn. I believe you can learn something new every day. Yeah, I like to share what I learned too. Spread the knowledge, drop some gems. A show that I used to do that eventually I will bring back. We're mostly about the fuck shit over here, but we can give them a little bit of that, just a little bit. That's crazy. But it's funny is like weird life quirks or whatever like that. Weird things I do. What's something weird? I don't know. I play the Simpsons game, the Tapped Out. It's like a Sims, but you get all the Simpsons characters, all the Simpsons buildings and stuff like that, and you make your town. It's like a Sims. But yeah, something weird I do. I don't know. The No Condom podcast is about to put an episode out all about the Simpsons predictions. That's cool. I'll check that out. Speaking of the No Condom podcast, Maloney asked, does your gun buck? No. No. Okay. David Escobar asked, does your whiskey taste better out of a plastic cup or a fancy glass? Yeah, glass all the way. Like, if I have to do plastic, I'd do a solo cup over a hard plastic cup, but I'd rather go glass. Yes, glass. It just tastes better. And when you get the, like CC has the 26er of the plastic one, the 26er of the glass one. I grab the glass one all the time because I know it's just going to be better. Like, you ever had pop out of a glass? Yeah? Yeah, it's better. True. Facts. Okay, Kevin Grant asked, who or what is a Wiz Khalifa? Khalifa, whatever. You can't say it. What makes you think I can say it? But you said it in a song. Yeah, on Weed Smoking Music. Not one of your best songs. I agree. I still have a hard time saying it. Like, Wiz Khalifa. I don't know. It's like, I always have a hard time saying, Biscotti. The noodles. Biscuit. Yeah, I'm not gonna try it. But yeah, I should have switched up. I should have just never had the Wiz line in there because I can't say it because I just don't have that ability. I have many abilities, but that's not one of them. Okay, Nicole asked, "What is your body count?" It's low. I already told you my gun don't buck, so yeah, it's low. Okay, Jay Smith asked, "What are your 3 best experiences doing Eddie G TV?" Top 3 experiences. I'd probably go different shows. Would I go? I go the DNA. The time I did the DNA interview at a Club Absent, there was a lot of people there. I got a lot of dope shit from that night. I think I filmed some battles, interviewed some other people. I got to. I already interviewed Sharon before that, but me and him had a kind of off-camera conversation that was pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy. And then that night I interviewed. I didn't interview, but I shot a video that's on the King of the Dot channel. Sharon and DNA versus Toxic and NR. If you go on their channel, and I think even on the description it says filmed by Eddie G or filmed by Eddie G TV or something like that. Yeah, that was a dope night. The DNA interview, and plus, I think that was a big moment for me. I think I even realized like a lot of people check out my videos and stuff like that, and people take things from that. Because like in that DNA interview, I said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing any rematches?" Because at the time, hardly anybody was doing any rematches. And then I suggested, I said, "Hey, would you go against Roan?" And then the next battle he had was against Roan. I was like, "Okay." And then in that same interview, I said, "Would you be interested in doing 2-on-2s?" And then 2-on-2s started right after that too. So I'm not gonna take 100% credit for like some of that stuff that came up, but like if you look at the time of my interview and when the other stuff started happening, it's before all that. So there was no 2-on-2 battles happening at the time. I know like it happened like way back when, but at the time there was no 2-on-2 battles in battle rap at that time. That's dope. Another one was T.Fest. I got to interview somebody that's like a legend to me. Somebody I grew up listening to in like high school and shit like that. Shot Claire, and he was a real cool dude. And then plus the whole event, I went there with Maloney and Lindsay and had a great time. Shout out to them. Yeah, we got some really good content that night. That was probably one of the best shows I've been to get content. Plus, yeah, that Shot Claire interview was probably like it was really cool because like knowing like I'm a big fan of Gangstar, and he told some like stories of being in D&D studios, and I was like, that's fucking fire. Yeah, I met Shot Claire before, a real cool dude. Another experience is I clump all these into like one kind of like just different people coming up to me like I'll be on my way to work and somebody come up to me, "Oh, yo, I checked out your videos, like you're at AG, that's dope, like I like your shit." I have that shit happen all the time. I go to the grocery store, I go to like the liquor store, I go just to the corner store sometimes, and I get people running to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm a fan." So that's that experience right there. It's like really cool, especially when like I'm just not maybe in a good mood that day. I just run into somebody and they're like, and they're a fan. You can just change the whole mood. That'd be kind of weird to me. Yeah, it is kind of weird. Like sometimes when people like they don't like you or they're trying to figure out who you are, it's almost the same look. So like I remember one time I was catching the bus to Hamilton, and there was a guy in front, farther up, that kept on looking back at me, and I was like, "Is this guy gonna have a problem?" Like I don't know. Like he just kept on looking at me. Like I was like, "Fuck this guy's problem." He just keeps on staring at me with a weird look. So we get off the bus, and then he comes towards me, and then he's like, "Hey, are you AG?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, like I'm a fan." So the whole time I'm on the bus, I'm thinking, I'm like, this guy's gonna start something, and then I get off the bus and he's a fan. So it is kind of weird sometimes. Okay, who you got? Seinfeld or Friends? What is the better show? Come on, man. That's not even close. Like Seinfeld compared to Friends? Seinfeld all the way. That's like a dumb question. Why would you even ask that? That's like a no-brainer. Seinfeld for sure. Friends is garbage. Okay, well, what is Eddie G watching nowadays? I mostly check out a lot of other podcasts. Like I check out the Joes, the Rogan and the Button. Those are both dope. Drink Champs. You ever watch the Toronto Talks? That's another good one. Yeah, the other day I was watching some animals fight. So I was watching this eagle, right? And like I seen the title, I was like, an eagle versus bear. I gotta click on this. So the eagle just comes swooping down on its head, and like the big ass eagle claws. Yeah, that's just crazy. Like it got like right in the bear's eye. So the eagle just swoops down, claws the shit out of the bear's head, then and then flies away. And the bear's just losing his shit, right? Like he's like, he don't know what the fuck happened. Because like you're a bear, like how often are you gonna look up for attackers, right? Like he didn't see that shit coming whatsoever. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, I seen a video on the gram the other day. A raccoon fucking up an iguana. Like the raccoon's just chasing after it. It catches the tail. The iguana lets go of the tail. The raccoon's like, "No, fuck that. You ain't getting away." And it caught up and fucked it up. The raccoon like really fucked up that iguana. Like it was crazy. It was just some parking lot. I'm like, that's random. And the raccoon even like just stopped in the middle of fucking it up. Just held it there because it seen the guy filming him. The raccoon's like, what the fuck are you doing? You want beef? You want some of this? But I don't think the guy wanted anything with that raccoon. That raccoon was vicious. Yo, I seen this one where there was like these pigeon was scaring these cows. It was pretty crazy. Like the cow would like almost like try and go at it, and then the pigeon would not even move, like just hold its ground, and like the cow wouldn't even like go at it. It just kept on like pretending like it would, and the pigeon just kept on holding its ground. It was a hilarious video, and like the music in the background was Tupac Against All Odds. I was just laughing my ass off. This shit, it was crazy. Okay, so Eddie G TV, what is your plans? Are you keeping me around? Of course, you're killing it. Thanks. Appreciate that. I ain't gonna lie, you look kind of different without your facial hair. Like your non-beard is weird. You know? Yeah. After I cut it, I looked in the mirror and I was like, "What the fuck? I'm growing it back." But yeah, it is what it is for right now. I just looked in the mirror and I was like, "What did I just do?" You know? But yeah, let's bring it back to Eddie G TV. Yeah, I hadn't done the show for over a year, and I just kind of wanted to switch it up. I didn't want to go to the shows anymore, and constantly just doing content at events. I'd rather other people come to me. We can sit down, we can have a good interview, we can have the mic set up so we get better audio, like we're doing now. This right here is going to be a classic for you. But yeah, so wanted to switch it up, not always go to the shows all the time. Come have a sit down / interview / podcast show. You have put in a lot of work, like people should come to you. For sure. Yeah, I was going to change the name because I thought it was a different type of show, but then I'm like, it is still an interview show, so it's still kind of along the same lines, so I kept the name Eddie G TV. Plus, I had put so much into it, right? It has a good ring to it as well. Eddie G TV. 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 Yo, what is your process for planning your guest out on the show? Yeah, see, before it was all artists, and it was just like people that were in the music scene. A lot of it was people in the entertainment scene, and I want to get I want to get some regular people on the show because I want to be able to talk about everything, like every kind of different topic that there is. Not everything. There's some things I won't talk about, but I got kind of inspired from the Joe Rogan podcast because he talks about a lot of different things, and I learn a lot. So I want to have some guests that like are very knowledgeable about certain things. Outside of things I know, so maybe I can learn from, and then the viewers can learn as well. Okay, the No Condom Podcast, how did it start? Yeah, the No Condom Podcast, Maloney had originally asked me if I wanted to join Breaking Records Radio, which is a huge platform. He's interviewed a lot of legendary people, and he's done a lot of big things with it. But I still had my Eddie G TV, and I wanted to just keep that. I felt they were very similar shows, the interview shows. So I didn't want to take away from what I had built to come join, and I didn't want to do like some interviews on that, and then some interviews on LGTV. I really didn't want to split it up. I didn't want to have it like it'd almost be like leagues then, right? Be like, okay, the higher quality people are on this one, and then the lower quality people are on this one. I didn't want to split it up like that. So yeah, I just kept LGTV going, and he had said, okay, well, he still wanted to do something together, like let's figure something out, right? And I agreed. I did want to do something with him. I think he's very dedicated as well. So I forget how long it was, maybe like a month, maybe 3 months, no longer than that time frame. And then from when we had that one discussion, and then I had messaged him and said, hey, would you be interested in doing a podcast? And he was down. So yeah, where'd y'all get the name from? The name, we were originally going to go the No Chill Zone podcast, but that was taken. You know, the No Chill Zone, the internet has no chill. The internet's undefeated. We were out to be trolls and talk some wild shit. Same thing we do on the show now. But yeah, that name was taken. So we went through a bunch of back and forth, sending names back and forth. And then he had sent a bunch one time, and then the only one I had read was the bottom one, and I read the No Condom Podcast, and I was like, that's the one right there. So yeah, we went through a bunch of just going back and forth with names, and he suggested that one, and that was game. Yo, you guys are over 50 episodes now, you know? Boom. How do you feel about that? That's a big deal. Do you just like be like, oh, let them know? Or what? 50 episodes over a year long, because we used to put them out every 2 weeks. So we've been doing this for a year and a half, I think. 50 episodes, but it's a big deal. I like to be able to do that with somebody. Like you even see nowadays, like now, like rap groups don't stick together, don't do shit together. So to be able to do something with somebody for that long period of time, it lets you know the dedication we both have, the respect we have for each other's craft, and it wouldn't have made it this far if we didn't critique each other either. We try and make sure that each series of podcasts is better than it was before. We give out. I see little things he does. He sees little things that I do, and we kind of nitpick at each other. Not really nitpick, but kind of just like give each other advice on how to make the show better. And yeah, we're up to 50, and so think about how good we are now. By the time we hit to 100, like the show's gonna be phenomenal, for sure. And yeah, and a lot of other podcasts I listen to. Like I didn't start watching like Joe Rogan until he was like in the 900s or 800s. I didn't start watching The Button until he was like just over 100. So yeah, we got some time to grow, to compete with a lot of like the big time podcasts. But definitely 50 is a big accomplishment. Okay, last but not least, cooking with Eddie G. Yeah, you just want to talk about it because you're a fat boy, eh? True. Facts. Facts me that. It's the facts of life. It started as a joke. I was just really high, and I was like, imagine if I did a cooking video. That shit would be funny. And then I just thought of how I was going to do it. Filmed it. Did the editing. Put it out. I didn't really have high expectations for it. I was just like, oh, check this out. And people were like, they loved it. They loved it. And people kept on asking me, when's the next one? When's the next one? When's the next one? So I just had to keep on doing more. And so now I have 2 seasons of it out. And this year, I'm thinking March. I'm originally going to plan for February, but I'm thinking March for filming. But we got to get our recipes together and just overall plan it out. Recipes are going to be key to start off the thing. So message me or leave a comment or whatever with the recipes of different things you'd like to see me cook on IGTV Season 3. When me and Jay Smith got together, we did Season 2 together. Season 1 I did all by myself. Just me holding the camera, cooking and telling jokes all at the same time. It was hard to do. So then Season 2 was I got Jay to film it for me. So I had a free hand so I could do more things. And we had a bunch of ideas, and I said, let's not give them everything in Season 2. Let's hold off some things, and then we'll gradually build them up so we can have a couple seasons of just steady growth. So I think the show will probably max out at five seasons, if I think of it right now, because not everything goes forever. But yeah, we'll be shooting Season 3 come March. Okay, thanks for being on the show, man. Like this is a big deal for me. I've been looking forward to this for years. Like, it's a big deal. I really look up to you, man. You're doing your thing.